Choose your fighter.
When I roar, everyone wanna remember my name. Big Smoke.
Who's that? Who's it? How about who's that? Who's this? Who's this? Yo, who's that? Kick back, I got kick back. Big racks, I got big racks. Big bags, I got big bags. Kick back,
Choose your fighter.
When I roar, everyone wanna remember my name. Big Smoke.
who's this? How about who's that? Who's this? How about who's that? Who's this? How about who's that? Who's this? Who's this? Yo, who's that? Kick back, I got kick back. Big racks, I got big racks. Big bags, I got big bags. Kick back,
Choose your fighter.
When I roar, everyone wanna remember my name. Big Smoke.
who's this? How about who's that? Who's this? How about who's that? Who's this? How about who's that? Who's this? Who's this? Yo, who's that? Kick back, I got kick back. Big racks, I got big racks. Big bags, I got big bags. Kick back,
Choose your fighter.
When I roar, everyone wanna remember my name. Big Smoke.
who's this? How about who's that? Who's this? How about who's that? Who's this? How about who's that? Who's this? Who's this? Yo, who's that? Kick back, I got kick back. Big racks, I got big racks. Big bags, I got big bags. Kick back, How about who's that? bags, I got big bags, kick bags, kick bags.
Choose your fighter.
When I'm war, everyone wanna remember.
Hey, it's Christina V, and you need to subscribe to Sojan and Camy's channel, or in the name of Mars, I'll chastise you! Bye!
Okay. We're finally back after a much long, unwanted break. Work has been draining my body, soul, and mind.
It's a
And,
wonderland.
I'm finally back.
We're all mad here.
Shut up. What are you,
How dare!
what are you even
How
talking
dare
about?
you! It is my birthday celebration, sir.
Sorry.
How dare
Happy-
you tell your wife shut up on stream on her birthday celebration day?
I more should have asked, what are you even talking about? Anyway, we got booze and we got chocolate. It's happening.
Happening!
We're finally going live without the game itself. Okay, we're gonna get the disc. Hold on.
Oh my god! I love this. I love that we, like, all this time, all this effort preparing for the live stream. Here we finally are, and the disc isn't even in.
Well, to be fair, I've been spending most of the time trying to figure out why the computer that I don't touch at all, that I only touch for the live stream, and I haven't touched it since our last live stream, decided it's just not going to do anything at all today. And I had to reboot it like multiple times and try to figure out what's going on. So I'm like, sorry, I forgot the game.
Whoopsie.
Oh, God. But we are back. I guess for now, I don't know. Next couple weekends might not happen because they're freaking forcing me to work 6-day weeks again. So whenever I have to work on a 6-day week, 6-day week, and if they're having me come in first thing in the morning or something like that, like it's not gonna happen. It literally just eats in through my whole day. I will do my best to leave a link in the description of this live stream if you guys want to check out my my update video. I go into greater detail as to why we haven't been live or haven't uploaded anything in a while, so I'm going to try to stay positive, and we're going to jump back into a game that I'm going to forget how to play.
Yep.
So, yeah.
As per tradition.
Yes, per
Also,
tradition.
You did not even introduce me.
I did. I said happy birthday.
You didn't say this. I'm here, Camy. You didn't do that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, the booze is hitting finally.
Oh, yes. Ah.
Listen, I am very tired, guys. I haven't drank alcohol in a long time. Here's my wife and 2 cups of booze.
Yay.
Happy belated birthday to Camy.
Thank you. I had a great day so far.
Mhm.
Like, Sojan literally came into the room and he told me, hey, so this next paycheck is gonna be Mimi Big Boy Thickums, and I'm gonna spoil you for your birthday. So he took me out to get a mani-pedi, which is like great because I haven't like done that in years, and I got like a nice little foot massage. It was so relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
So I got like my nails did, and then we got home, and then I napped because the mani-pedi was like
napped.
Yeah, it was like the mani-pedi was so early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like first thing in the morning, 9 a.m. And then like afterwards we went to Denny's and had like a really big breakfast and then just went back home to sleep in. And then afterwards, we went to have a luxurious dinner at a $3 seafood restaurant. Food was amazing. I just, I feel so happy to be so spoiled and so lucky and very happy that you are my husband.
Yeah. So, we're back here with this game.
Talking to these peasants. What? They look like peasants!
Wasn't gonna say that, but wow.
They look like... I'm sorry. Do they look like nobility to you? No, sir.
Listen, the one on the right, no. But the one on the left, kind of sus.
Possibly.
But anyway, you want to read the live chat before I continue?
Yeah. So J-Roxas is there. He says, first, notice me, ooh.
We noticed you the moment you posted it.
Yep. Julian says, hey, cuz, how you guys doing?
What's up?
What's up?
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
So if I was Clive, I would just show up behind him and be like, it's just some loyalists over here. Kind of like the guy who goes, ooh, you stealing?
Yeah,
Ooh,
he's stealing! Ooh.
Gives 0 fucks.
I love it.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befalls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
Dang it! I was gonna pause on that old guy and be like, he looks like he's fighting a turd that's just trying to come out.
Why?
I don't know.
Why you gotta say this while we're eating chocolate? Why you do this? All the time.
There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
Where
You
is?
fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
Where is he?
All right, I heard you the first time.
Dang it! He's gone. But yeah,
Dude.
he was standing there,
Mm-hmm.
like looking like the man's just fighting a turd. Anyway.
Anyway, Julian says, happy late birthday, Camy. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
What's mine is yours. For a price.
Yeah, what you have is shit. No offense, but what you have is shit.
Seeing you again?
I'm gonna pet the dog. It's been like weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Good boy.
He's so good. Very good boy.
Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was gonna say some shit this live stream.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that after we get to the next quest, though.
Okay.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits.
Okay.
You have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. All their hundreds
So anyway, for those of you who do not know,
We're going on
to give you context before I start talking about what I'm going to talk about, basically, so
We were at Denny's.
no, I'm gonna give context. I'm gonna give context to the dream I had first,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about the other thing because I feel
Okay.
like we're gonna talk about the other thing more.
Right.
But anyway, so apparently Drake and Josh, in real life, tried to get back together and reboot the show, but it ended in failure because apparently Josh wanted the first episode to, like, I guess be in an illegal quinceañera or whatever in Mexico that with drug cartels and shit. Which, yeah, that's the full extent of it. If you want more details on that, look up Drake Bell's YouTube channel on YouTube, and he goes in greater detail as to how fucked it was. reason why I'm bringing this up is because I feel like I dreamt possibly the best and funniest, like way funnier,
cold open to the pilot.
Cold open to a potential pilot that could have been and probably will never be, but for potential reboots of the show. So to give you context of what I dreamt, all I remembered in my dream was I saw Drake, I guess either working or he was trying to sell something at a place. I don't know. I think it was probably Drake Bell's workplace or something. And then Josh shows up wearing an Amazon uniform, delivering a package to Drake. and then they're talking. Pretty much it was like, I guess, like the sequel, the future sequel to the orangutan episode. Where, if you don't know about the orangutan episode, basically they get their hands on an orangutan that they don't want, and they sell the orangutan to a doctor that eats them. So then they have to rescue them again. So Drake is just talking about like, yeah, I want to get an orangutan again, and Josh is like, you can't afford it, and then he's like, give me my package. It's like, what is this? Josh opens it up and it's a harness for the orangutan, and so they start arguing with each other, and then eventually Josh is like, you know what? I'm gonna order something for the orangutan too, even though we don't own them yet. And then one of his fellow coworkers shows up in an Amazon truck within 5 minutes later, with another package. And it's just that's how the dream ended. But I added to it. I'm just like, what if all this situation somehow got like went down a ladder effect of just getting Drake Bell fired from his job, and then evicted from his apartment, and then they have to move in together in the Bronx of New York, and then that's how the show starts. Just like I fixed it, guys.
Yep.
Drake, Josh, y'all hearing this? You probably never will, but
you probably never will.
This is how you fix your reunion.
Yep.
Just saying.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The black shields. Just now. You seen him, didn't you? At least I think there was a black shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
You may want to keep an eye on your drink.
Is there a fly in there?
No, there isn't. I'm just saying there was one flying around this area.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those seasons where the fruit flies fly up the damn drain. Just like, you might want to keep an eye on your drink.
To the village.
What do you think? Amber's are sending nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in because of black shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be ours, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
We need to find out. But first we need jam and bread.
Yep.
Anyway, speaking of jam and bread.
So we were at Denny's, and when we had finished everything, like we finished all of our toast and everything, and we were just getting ready to leave. And there was like a freaking little like container thing of like Smucker's jam that you could like spread on your toast or whatever.
Yeah. And
Sojan looks at me, looks at the Smucker's jam, and he's like, "You think you got room in your purse for that?" And I'm just like,
I was joking.
Yeah,
I wasn't being serious.
But I was just like, boy, like, I am not doing that. And then like not even like 3 minutes later, when we're like waiting to cash out, I looked at him and I said, "What good is jam without bread?"
And I'm like, we just rolled with it, and it's like, what if that was like a deep quote in like a deep movie? But it's like, and then we just had to add on to it. I'm like, we just randomly picked.
Because like the way I had said it, it just felt like one of those like scenes from the MCU with the comedic timing, where you're just like, oh, like, what if like the purpose of the universe is blah 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 blah. Like insert something really deep and philosophical, and like the funny character is just like, what good is jam without bread?
Yeah, and I decided, okay, AI generation time. Make Thor like 5 to 10% fatter than usual
For Endgame.
for Endgame.
Like, first of all, this is just Sojan ad-libbing, but it sounds like it's AI generated.
It really
so I just wanted
does.
to give like an FYI
It's just
on the context.
it's something
here.
I came up with on the fly.
We just came up with a bit.
So essentially, Thor is just sitting around eating a jar of jam, but they're all out of bread. So that's when without context or whatever, that's when he says, what is good is what good is. I'm sorry,
You're
buzzed.
not even that drunk yet.
I'm buzzed.
You're not
Anyway,
even that drunk.
what good is jam without bread? And then that moment, Tony Stark is like, "Oh my god!" And then just
That's the moment he figures out time travel.
and then just leaves the room. Does the whole montage that you see in the movie. Nothing changes. Then he comes back to the room, and then Thor is just sleeping with the spoon on his belly and the half-eaten jar of jam in his hand. And then that's when he wakes him up and says, "Your jam and bread theory worked. We have a solution." And it's like, and then he just grabs Thor, kisses him on the forehead, and says, "Thank you." And Thor just stops and smiles and goes, "You're welcome. I don't know what I did."
Exactly.
And then,
Pure Thor energy, and I love him for that.
and then so afterwards he comes back from the other room again and goes, "Thor, if you want bread, follow me." And then everything else in Endgame, end scene, everything else in Endgame just stays the same.
Yeah, absolutely nothing changes. But it's so funny because we just kept joking. It's like if Thor was even fatter, Natasha Romanoff would have survived.
Yes.
Because somehow that created a butterfly.
Yeah,
effect.
but if we made him 50% fatter than usual, he would throw his jar. He would throw a bag of food into the pit because that's what he loves the most, and it saves Natasha.
The Smucker's jam just becomes the sacrifice for the Soul Stone.
And I'm like, nah, we gotta get cursed with this. Thousand. What if Thor was 1,000% fatter than usual, and they're just wheeling him around, and he's just eating all the enemies, and he eats Thanos.
And then I was joking,
how does he do it? Is because Doctor Strange casts a dark spell on him, where he's able to just scoop up everything like Kirby.
I know. And you know how he has Mjolnir and the Stormbreaker axe, so that you can be summoned to him, by him holding out his hand and shit. And imagine as he changes the percentage of the fat that the ultimate percentage grants him a giant spork as a weapon, and that's what he uses to eat Thanos. Oh
yes.
my god. Yeah, but we had a wild time just talking about that over dinner.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
We are travelers. I know that. What do you want? We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing.
See, that's the guy.
Oh my god, yeah.
He just looks like he's fighting a turd.
He looks so constipated. He looks like he's so done.
I haven't shit in 20 years.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
It's
like no amount of surgery is gonna help.
No.
People of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Then we shall be on our way.
And I was gonna let you use my Moogle for black magic to get rid of your turd problem.
my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you alright?
Sorry, it's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back and beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to turn against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
So speaking of TV shows and movies and whatnot, another conversation we had earlier too is because of a random meme I brought up, and I'm like, yeah, it was approximately 8 years ago when Jon Snow was resurrected for absolutely nothing.
Like
just let that sink in.
He became king in the north and then fucked off.
He really did. Where do I go? Really? Game, are you really gonna make me do this? Fine, I will go this way. And I brought up the separate fact too that the one guy who apparently was the wisdom crow tree thing. I don't fucking know.
The raven.
The raven.
The three-eyed raven.
The three-eyed tree raven.
That's wisdom crow.
Wisdom crow.
That's like the great value version of the three-eyed
it's just the Muppet, and he's going apataka. Hawawawa. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so long story short with that shit, he basically there was an interview with him.
Yeah, with Bran Stark's actor.
Yeah, with the other actress that was with him, and she actually personally asked him a question during that interview. It's like, how did you manage to, like, you know, give off such a creepy, like, stare,
yep,
or whatever. It's like there were times that you looked at me and I felt chills down my spine, like you were staring into my soul. And he says, well, I normally wear glasses, so I just didn't wear any. I had no idea what I was looking at. I'm just like, yeah, sounds about right.
He's just squinting the whole time.
He was just squinting the whole time, not knowing what he was looking at.
Meanwhile, everyone else is like, oh my god, such good acting.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just, I don't like Game of Thrones. It's one of those stupid things. We brought back Jon Snow back from the dead so that this boy who can't see, who's the Raven Claw or whatever.
He can see, it's just he can't walk.
He can't walk.
Yeah, you have the wrong disability, man.
This three-eyed Raven Claw motherfucker is just gonna take over what Jon Snow wanted.
And you know what was really upsetting was that, like, he didn't really do anything. Like, he could have possessed the dragon more, you know, warped into other stuff or people. But it's just like, he barely did shit.
Yeah, he really didn't do anything at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, the show is very memeable, but it's just like, I do not recommend it at all.
Yeah.
It's just, the show is just trash.
Like, I think the first 4 seasons were great. Like, at least with, like, the first 2, like, were really good. But it's just, like, because the fact the showrunners, like, had run out of book material to adapt, like, that's when it started suffering.
Yeah. I don't know. It's too much boning.
You're not a fan of sexposition.
Especially when it's a brother and a sister. It's like, what in the Alabama?
I know, right?
And then they push the child. Then they're like, let's push this child out the window. It's not like it's gonna come back to bite us later.
Look, here comes the consequence. Look, my consequence is chasing me right now.
Yeah.
Someone take the consequence. Someone take the consequence of chasing me right now.
Peter Stormare was the saving grace of that show.
Yes. Wait, no. Peter Dinklage.
Sorry, Peter Dinklage. Fuck. Wrong Peter.
Stormare.
Wrong Peter.
Stormare is from Until Dawn.
My bad. Not that guy. Wrong Peter. Shorter, better Peter.
Oh my god.
That's right, because there was that joke about the theme about Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage.
Exactly, yeah. Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
Can you move this cat's butt off of my arm?
Peter Dinklage.
I love how you just don't move her.
Okay, I moved her.
Lisa, thank you. And across the bridge. There we go.
Blood even Clive.
Oh, I thought it was strawberry jam, sorry.
Oh no. Okay, I need this right here for the thumbnail. What good is jam without bread? That's the title. That's the title. That is
crap. I could have screenshot that, but I will.
Yep. You'll get it eventually. Oh crap. Here we go.
You know who we are, and still, you would bear your steel.
Yeah, 'cause fuck you.
Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation.
Cowabunga it is.
That we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
Swear to me!
I'll show you a true shield protection.
Hell yeah. Get him, Clive. Show him why you're the boss and baby girl.
Why?
Because I love that the internet calls Clive baby girl.
It's like, why? The internet needs to stop.
Yep.
They need to stop. We all know he's the baby boy, and frickin' Sid is the dad. But the mom and dad are dead now.
Yep. I'm still sad about original Sid. He was the best. Like, I understand why he had to go narrative-wise, but still, it's not fair.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about Final Fantasy games that, like, I have issue with sometimes is the fact that there's sometimes too much story.
Yeah.
Like, does that make sense? It's not even, like, a thing of, like... It's not that I don't like the story, it's that there are certain things that I feel like it's a bit too much. I feel like they could be a little more concise with things and still be okay.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Because, like, I think we're just so used to media that, you know, just has bare minimum planning and, you know, laid out story. Like, you know, they just run with the tropes and just have fun with it. With Square Enix, I feel like, well, especially with Final Fantasy itself, with their lore, you just, like, get into someone's deep dive, you know, like, Word document with over 100,000 words written.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the dialogue can be good, but sometimes it's just a bit too, like, you know, it's too much tell instead of show.
Yeah. I could see that. This one's just being very... I can see that this game in particular is very heavy on the cinematics.
Yeah.
It's very heavy on the story.
Because that's what we picked. We picked
yeah.
the cinematic option, which is, like, listen, it's good for our speed right now, considering how busy we are. Like, we just want to get through these games as much as we can. But it's just, you know, there's just stuff, like I said, could be shown instead of told.
Yeah, exactly. That all you bitches just die already. Like shit.
Grab him. Blow him up with your fiery testicles. Eat bolas de fuego. By the power of Thor, bolas calientes.
Tell me what I want to the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Ba 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 da da ba 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 da ba ba.
Adam. Yeah.
Shiny.
I am super excited getting back into Final Fantasy VII Remake eventually in Rebirth.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, yeah, getting to replay the remake is gonna be a lot of fun. It's a good way to catch up on, you know, rehash what we've been through, but also like do a little bit of the extra side quest stuff that we missed out on the first time.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my sweet time with those games. But of course, like I said, after this one, we'll be jumping into Omori first, which I'm really excited for.
Oh yeah, all the voicing.
Because I already know the entire story, and I know how to get the best possible ending.
Whee!
Which is the ending I'm gonna go for, so. I have seen the worst endings, and they're not worth it.
No!
Oh no.
It's like that scene in Gladiator.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good movie, by the way. For all
Oh,
of you
yeah.
that have like
That was a
never
good movie.
seen it before, like, dude, like this is when I say like this is the Oscar-worthy movie, which it did win the Oscars.
Yeah.
Like it was so well earned. Like, dude, like watch Gladiator, please.
Yep.
And the soundtrack was so epic too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
That is so fucked.
This was my mother's doing.
Ooh. Well, this is gonna be a tense Thanksgiving.
Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Clive.
Oh, time to kill Mom. But first, I gotta punch these crows.
Yep.
I
The
will
wisdom
not
crows.
surprise her, and I will end it. We should go.
So, like, the thing I have
Yes.
with an issue with this game
Mm-hmm.
is, like, I'm supposed to be invested
We
in
can't leave them here like this.
in Jill and Clive's
If
romance.
the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
But I just feel like Clive is just going through so much. And, like, Jill, of course, like, you know, she's his partner. You know, she's gonna stand by her man and, like, you know, do whatever she can to help him. But I just feel like, narrative-wise, there's just this really big imbalance of how much Clive needs her emotional support versus how much she needs his.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much.
like, have you noticed that she's the one that's always checking in on him and everything? Like, and he's always going through some shit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jill has also gone through some shit, and he's only, like, comforted her, like, maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
So it's just, like, I don't know, it's just, like, I'm really trying to root for them, but it's just like, I kind of hate when romances are only shown with that kind of dynamic where it's just the woman constantly existing for him and his support, and that's
But this is their home.
Right.
Like, she herself is her own person. Like, she needs more support too.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Cece's like, I need support.
Yep. She always needs support when we're live streaming. But yeah, and also there's just not that many moments where like they get to actually like sort of have downtime and grow closer, you know? And I just feel like
Apparently that's supposed to come, but
Yeah.
it's like they're gonna have like a so-called scene where they're naked or some shit, but
The
I don't know much about that other
What
than
happened to
knowing
this
that
place?
that scene
My
exists.
mother happened.
yeah.
The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. They took my uncle far better.
You know what's a really good, like, well-written romance for this kind of dynamic of, like, partners on an adventure?
Yeah.
Vox Machina. Like, I love Percy and,
That's the main gate.
was it Vex or Vax?
And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Hang on, I think it's Vex. Give me a second. I'm actually, like, really, like, forgetting the freaking, like, characters' names.
Uh-huh.
Vexalia, yeah. So Vexalia and Percy, like, they're just so well written because of the way that, you know, Percy needed her support in season 1 and then he gave her his in season 2. Like, I just feel like it evens it out.
Yeah. Also, we got another chat.
Yep. Sorry about that. Hang on, it didn't load. Let me try again. Oh, there we go. Dan's in the chat. He says, hi,
What's
I've been
up?
watching, just having trouble staying awake, just tired today, lol. That's fine, Dan. You
Nah,
can
I
always
feel
rewatch it if you want.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you starve her children? I swear, I would be the person in the mob that says nothing of merit. I would just be going, boo!
I'd be the guy to shout, my anus is bleeding.
Two kinds of people.
It's like my children are starving, my anus is bleeding. It hurts when I pee.
Don't
Oh,
sleep
God.
with Dave's wife.
That reminds me of a horror story I read online.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm pretty sure it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Where there was some stupid teenager who wanted to get out of school,
Mm-hmm.
so he lied and kept saying that it hurt when he peed.
Mm-hmm.
So his parents obviously would let him stay home. They would take him to the doctor, and they were like, "Oh, he seems fine. Send him home."
Mm-hmm.
And he just kept using that excuse that that it hurt when he peed.
Mm-hmm.
It was all fun and games until he was taken to a special doctor where he had to get a catheter.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when the truth came out.
Yep.
Better out there than in here. Fuck off. I'm mixing this bastards. Those crystals belong to us all. I said, where were you, filth? Back to your stalls. Cut you down where you stand.
My anus!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
It's that day to cut me down. It wouldn't be as deep as my fists.
Oh my
Or
god.
at least grind them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble.
Well, fuck them.
And Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. And the entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
It's as safe as finding Master Splinter and all the Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
And having to eat a moldy pizza.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
No, but the Lazarus is actually a very clever thing for like a fantasy world, especially when you have a divide between like the nobility and like the common folk. Like that's actually really clever. Like, you know, to them having a tunnel system, and maybe they have like a magical security system that only like the nobility can use. Like that's pretty, like that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
I think I'm going the wrong way.
I mean, like, we're kind of on track though.
I was going to a dead end area.
Oh, okay.
Where am I? I think I'm headed the correct way.
Okay.
Oh, I just passed it.
Mm-hmm. I love how you're like, I think I'm heading the right way.
No, I am. Cutscene.
Okay.
Aha.
Alright, fine.
Not abandoned then.
You win this time.
Oi! Visitors!
Oi! Visitors! What the heck? Visitors!
Please. We'll show ourselves out.
These visitors got a bottle of water. Have a bottle of water. Or however the heck the freaking British like butcher that. It's bottle of water.
Not.
I just hate how quickly that freaking technique burns up.
Yeah.
What was that?
What was that whimper? What the heck?
That's like I got my butt checked by the doctor and liked it. It's like what?
That was definitely him discovering he likes to finger up his ass.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
Well, that was easy.
It's like you may have killed my men, but I swear allegiance.
It really is you.
I know, right? Oh my god.
It is. So wait.
Why is his voice so breathy like that? Oh, you're here too.
Speak inside.
I love how he's like, we can speak inside, like away from the woman. It's like, you know how women are. Start talking and then they start getting ideas. God, making fun of misogyny is so funny. Like being satire, you know, like making satire with it is so great. I love that one joke from Bridgerton, Queen Charlotte Bridgerton story, where like the Queen Mother was just like, oh, you know, like explaining what she knew about the situation, but also kind of lying at the same time. And then they asked her a question that would probably like force her to tell the truth. And it's like, and what was the name of that person? And she responds with, I don't remember names, I am female. And they responded back with, oh, my apologies. Of course. They did not want to acknowledge that she is smarter than she is.
I also remember, like, it was during our Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep playthrough, and it's in that mega compilation I did. We were just talking about like a woman who reads. It's like, ew, she reads.
Yeah, well, I was talking about that trope about like the othered, like cast out like person, like the outsider that's like always like othered in some way in a story, and it's just like that trope is like so silly sometimes because like the reasons someone gets like bullied or like mistreated are so jovial and like minor and minuscule. It's like, oh, don't go near her, she's weird because she reads, and it's just like we were just making fun of Beauty and the Beast, and Sojan says, yeah, don't go near her, you'll catch her smarts.
Yeah.
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense, even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son?
So wait, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Breach.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So wait, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
With gusto.
With this Glock, my lord.
Oh my god.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Clearly he's from
Let's hope
Chicago.
Saeed has a good quartermaster.
Just so quick to whip out a Glock, damn.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
Clive, what was with
So
that
wait.
laugh?
The bearers from Old Inn have been laid to rest.
Very good.
Now make ready for battle. As you command.
We just need an army of 1,000,000 Mughals. What are they gonna do against 1,000,000 Mughals?
Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one
Riding
thing
on
which
the
will grind
backs
their
of
geese,
chocobos.
putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I open my front door and I see 1,000,000 Mughals on the backs of chocobos. I'm like, I surrender.
Heck, like, you know, you drive in a shady neighborhood and there's a Mughal by itself on the street, like, not wearing a
Blessing of the
diaper.
Phoenix
Like,
go with you.
that's that right there. You lock your car doors.
Yeah.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
You know
Since
that
they burned
Mughal
their
baby
first
is
village,
just gonna
we
hustle
tracked
for
down
his
the bosses
kidney black
responsible
market
and
money.
fed their corpses
Oh, yeah.
to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
I forget I got a chocobo.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Yeah, like the whole quest from last time. And now it's like, finally, we have a mount. Well, really? You can't go faster than this?
I'm trying to figure out. What is that?
The controls are on the bottom left.
I'm trying to.
Faster!
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Jesus, that was scary for a second.
I'm just trying to figure out which button was which.
Faster!
The bastards are looking.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Leroy Jenkins.
Caw-caw!
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Viceroy from the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black
So listen, I can ignore everything else, but how dare you insult the dog?
I
Now
know.
you will die a
I
brutal
know.
and painful, agonizing death.
I know, like, I was expecting, you know, you to insult my woman. Like, that's just a given, because you're a douchebag. But my dog, now I know you're a monster.
Heels. Then come! Die along with your flame! Forest area!
Forest area!
For my dog!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
But yeah, like, let it be known, despite the fact that Sojan and I are cat people, we freaking love dogs.
Oh yeah.
Like, the only reason we don't have a dog is because of all the maintenance that goes into having one.
Yeah, it's
Like,
too much.
we're in a point of our lives where we just need to look out for mostly ourselves. And, you know, with Cece, it's convenient because cats are, you know, a lot more independent. You just gotta make sure that they're fed and that their box is cleaned out.
Yep.
More dragons.
Works. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point, that this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Can you imagine this with Kazoo? Like,
Square Enix, but you pay $2 and the orchestra left, and like all that was left was a freaking intern with a kazoo.
Yeah.
he had a kazoo and a dream.
We need to finish this.
You ain't finished yet.
Can I have what's left of this?
Yeah, that's fine. We're referring to Skittles if y'all don't know.
Yep. Sojan and I had an argument over this. So, the reason why I have this bag of Skittles is because on my birthday, my co-worker surprised me with at my desk with all of these, like, you know, candies and snacks that I really love. You know, just like the most, like, thoughtful, like, surprise I ever received, you know, from, like, people at work.
These people gave her 2 whole bags.
Of Skittles.
Heaping bags of Skittles.
They're just so
like the
beautiful.
fucking family-sized, gargantuan-sized bags.
I
2
love
of
it.
them.
I love it.
So I
Anyway.
figured she left one at home and she took one with her.
Yeah, because sometimes I snack here and there a little bit at work, you know, it's just, I don't eat the whole bag, I just kind of like nurse it and just have a handful, like, you know, per day. So it lasted like pretty much almost throughout the whole week. And so I took the second bag that, you know, was chilling at home that was already open because we snack on that one at home while I take the other one to work. And so I grabbed the second bag and I take it with me in my lunchbox. And then Sojan texts me 9 a.m. Like literally first thing, like first hour of my job. I get a text from him being like, where are the Skittles? And I'm like, I took them with me to lunch. He's like, why would you do that? And I'm just like, because they were mine! And he's just like, well, I was snacking on them and I was really looking forward to eating some, but you took them away. Like, I wouldn't have done that to you. And it's just like, really? You want to fight over Skittles?
Listen, you omitted the part where I said you had 2 whole bags of that. What happened to the first bag? And then you're like, I ate it. And I'm like, then you should just left this one with me.
And it's like, I had to lay out the most, like, important, crucial detail in this context. These bags were gifted to me. I did not buy these bags. They were specifically gifted with the intention of me eating them. Therefore, whenever we do have Skittles in the house, normally, we usually buy them 2 bags, 1 for him, 1 for me. It's fair. We're both paying for the Skittles. We each deserve at least 1 bag. But oh my god, these 2 were gifted to me, and you felt entitled after I already shared with you.
Only a handful.
Uh-huh.
I barely touched it.
Uh-huh. And meanwhile, you were at home with tres leches, fresh strawberries, fresh grapes. Like, you had, like, so many healthier options, and you're just like, no, I want the gas station bag of Skittles.
Yeah, and?
You brat. Anyway, that's us bitching about Skittles.
Yeah. The fact that they also gave her a whole ass thing of cookies, I was like, what the fuck?
Hey, we're sharing those. I'm not taking them to work.
We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. Mike, look, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Check the live chat. When you can.
I'm chewing Skittles. J Roxy says Sojan and Camy Skittles drama 2024.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I'll have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I just love how it's just like put on a freaking.
Be sure that.
I just love that, like the there have been 2 moments now where they just give you something to wear, like a little pin on you or a badge, and it's just like, yeah, you wear this and people will love you. And it's just like, all I can think of is Clive wearing the button for Vote for Pedro. From Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes. Or just, you get the DLC that costs $100 and it's just a Moogle pin and everyone's nice to you.
Yes.
I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
That was some shake weight pose right there.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance.
Oh, this is a heavy guy.
Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. He needs to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rossfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue.
I will defeat you with this
You
invisible
would
sword.
mock me as well.
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod.
Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Oh my god, Clive is a theater kid. I love this.
It's like, I had to bring out the gay just for you.
Yep.
Infectious flax wench, even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you.
This is literally the boy version of Anastasia.
You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach.
Aww.
Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us.
Also, this bothers me.
What?
Just look at the table. Just look at it.
Oh, the table runner?
It's so uneven. It's not even done right.
It's to just make it look realer, you know, but it's just...
But even then, it's...
I know, it's not perfectly aligned, I know.
Much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Aww.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Why then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass.
I love how just Rutherford is off screen the entire time.
Kind of reminds me of a YouTube channel I've been subscribed to for years called Unbox Therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And he would always, like, I forgot the name of the person or character, but he would always be like, hey, you know, so-and-so, like, do this or that, you know, edit this later, or whatever. Only to find out, like, years later that he was talking to nobody. He just made up a character.
That reminds me of Tobuscus when he would go, Steven!
Yeah.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
The One Piece.
It's out there! And it's real!
When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet.
She had to literally freeze her
I let
heart.
them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all.
I could melt your heart. Ooh.
I had become a monster.
Jill.
Finally, be there for your woman. Like, she's been through shit too. You're not special.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Yes! Finally! Thank you!
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Now, kiss, 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 kiss,
Promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep.
No!
The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
No! Dang it, I was like, beso, 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 and it's like, we should go to bed. What the fuck? Like, seriously, they've been together for years now. Like, they should have been having these conversations. They should have already been boning.
You know, Square Enix thing's gonna drown it out.
Yeah.
Only the founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom.
Ooh, when we're
Vivian
done,
probably
can
make
you
an
put the
educated
trust
guess.
purchase? Listen, it's my birthday celebration day. I should get birthday cake.
Birthday cake.
Birthday cake.
Anyway, so to my actual like pleasant surprise or luck, like I am basically closing at nighttime all this week at work. So that means, I mean, not only obviously I have tomorrow off, but I can sleep in. So I'm thinking about ending the live stream a little early right now. And then we could potentially do a second live stream tomorrow in the afternoon. I am sorry, I farted. Yes. She's fanning it right now.
What a way to end the show with the freaking boom.
Like, literally. But yeah, but because we haven't live streamed in a while and we're not going to be able to next week at all, or pretty much within the next couple weekends, we're just not going to live stream because it's going to be too tiring. Yeah, we're going to double up on the live streams this weekend. I might or might not go live tomorrow sometime at noon playing Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster. It really depends on how I feel after I've rested. But definitely we will double up and we'll live stream a second time tomorrow for this game. So if Camy's up for that.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far in the live stream, you're awesome. Go ahead and leave us a bread emoji.
Yeah.
Yes, bread emoji.
Bread.
In reference to the bread and jam that we talked about earlier.
Yep.
So, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome for joining. Thanks J-Roxas, Julian, and Dan for joining the chat. And for anybody else who has quietly watched, especially Tyler. I know you, Tyler. You're secretly watching us while just not saying anything.
Lurking in the shadows.
Lurking in the shadows while just yeeting us $5 a month.
Yep.
If you want to become a patron or a YouTube membership, you too can do so by sending us as little as $1 or more a month. Once we've gained more patrons or more YouTube memberships other than just Tyler, at least I want to say a solid 5 people total, so 4 more people. Then we'll start dishing out some exclusive content for you guys.
Yeah.
But we need at least 5 people or more before we get there. And like I said, just $1 or more a month would be awesome. You don't have to, but you can either follow the link for Patreon down below or just become a YouTube membership. Either one is welcome. $1 or more a month, and we'll give you shout-outs at the end of videos. And like I said, once we reach 5+ people, we'll do some exclusive stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an awesome one. Be safe. And once again, secret code is bread emoji.
Yeah.
Shoot, why not? Bread and jam of some sort, or jelly.
Or you could just put grapes.
Or just put grapes, something like that. All that together, representing bread and jelly, or bread and jam.
Mm-hmm.
Those emojis. In the comments, I'll heart your comment.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an awesome one. Be safe. And bye-bye.
Bye.